Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sharmila, Assistant Professor, Department of Industrial Biotechnology, Bharat University. Today, I am going to talk about total quality management. The topic that we are going to discuss, PDCA cycle and its importance. Definition. Before that, I'll tell you what is total quality management. The total quality management consists of organization-wide efforts to install and make permanent climate where employees continuously improve their ability to provide on-demand products and services that customers will find of particular value. TQM, Total Quality Management, improves the business efficacy, effectiveness. A business also has to look within and understand its own operations. Another important role of quality management system. The total quality management places a focus on internal processes, that is including how the processes align to process the process produce desired outcomes to satisfy the customers. Our aim is that in the total quality management, the aim is that to produce the desired outcome to satisfy the customer. So the customer satisfaction is very, very important in the total quality management. Okay, now I'll tell you what is PDCA. PDCA, that is P for plan, D for do, C for check, and A for act, or plan, do, check, adjust. First definition, plan, do, check, and act. And another one is, that is, we can say plan, do, check, adjust. P for plan, D for do, and C for check, A for adjust. Is an iterative design and management method that is used in business for the control and continuous improvement of processes and the product. We have to manage this method, that is PDCA cycle, that is used in the business for the control and the continuous improvement of the processes. If we have to follow this PDCA cycle, we need to focus the continuous improvement for the entire process of the industry or the particular management system. It is also known as the Deming cycle. The Deming cycle or the Shewhart cycle, the control circle or control cycle, or plan, do, study, act, that is PDCA. The another version of this PDCA cycle is OPDCA. Okay, for example, the planning, when planning to change the supplier of a product or service, or when trying to implement a new safety program within facility. A common example often used to illustrate the PDCA cycle is when a design team is planning for new product development. Okay, so when planning to change the supplier, if we are planning, or the company, the planning to change the supplier of a product or a particular service, or sometimes when they are trying to implement a new safety program within the facility, a common example often used to illustrate the PDCA cycle is when a design team is planning for a new product development. Right. PDCA, they added O stands for observation, or as some version says, observe the current condition. So the PD cycle, plan, do, act, right? So this O is that is for observe the current condition. This is PDCA, plan, do. First we have to plan what we are going to do, that we have to clear. Okay, that is plan. We should have a clear-cut ideas what we are going to implement. That industry, any industry, any organization, the plan is very, very important. According to that, they will achieve the success. So the plan, that is very important. First plan, Then do, we have to, after that, according to the plan that they have to do, and then they have to check whether it is correct or not. Then they have to act. This is PDCA, plan, do, check, and then act. Next is plan. First, I'll tell you what is plan. In all human being in our life, we will be having a plan. Okay. Sometimes we may face the failure in the plan. Okay, that is different. But in general, we should have the plan for the, if according to the plan, we will get the achievement and success. The victory will get, that depends upon the plan. So the established objectives and processes that is required to deliver the desired results. That is plan. Do, that is carry out the objectives from the previous steps. Carry out the objectives from the previous step. Plan, establish the objectives and processes, whatever required to deliver the desired results. What we have to plan? Why we need to have the plan? That is, our aim is that required to deliver the desired results. What desired results? What we expecting? What we are expecting? What the customers are expecting? That according to that, we should have the plan. So the required to deliver the desired results. Then do, that is carry out the objectives from the previous steps. That is from the plan. Check. During this first plan, next do, then check. In this phase, the data and results gathered from the do phase are evaluated. The data is compared to the expected outcomes to see any similarities and differences. The testing process is also evaluated to see if there were any changes from the original test created during the planning phase. So the testing process is also evaluated to see if there were any changes from the original test. That they have to check during the planning phase. If the data is placed in a chart, it can make it easier to see any trends if the PDA cycle is conducted multiple times. This helps to see what changes work better than others, and if said changes can be improved as well. This is check. Okay. Right. Act. Act is also called adjust. We have discussed. So PDCA, plan, do, check. A, that is for act, and we can also call it as adjust. So this act, also called adjust. This act phase, in this phase, is where a process is improved. Okay. And records from the do and check from the previous steps, the phases helps identify the issue with the process. So the final act phase, we have to go through the previous phase. I mean the plan, do, check. That's enough we have to do. Then only we can identify the issue with the process. Okay, fine. These issues may include problems, non-conformities, opportunities for improvement in efficiency, and other issues that result in outcomes that are evidently less than optimal. Root causes of such issues are investigated, found, and eliminated by modifying the process. Risk is re-evaluated at the end of the actions. In this phase, the process has better instructions, standards, or goals. Root causes. What are the problems where it arises? That root cause of the issues are investigated. We can find out the problem, root causing problems that can be identified, found, and eliminated by modifying the process. Once if it is identified, we can eliminate, we can remove the process by modifying the process. Once if you are going to modify the process, that root cause issues that should be eliminated. Then risk is re-evaluated. At the end of the action in this phase, I mean that act, okay? the process has better instructions, standards, or goals. Planning for the next cycle can proceed with a better baseline. Work in the next due phase should not create recurrence of the identified issues. If it does, then the action was not effective. So the root cause, the root cause should be identified, investigated, and should be eliminated by modifying the process. And then risk also re-evaluated. Okay. Every organization that wishes to remain competitive and have lasting presence in the market in which it operates must continually make use of effort and techniques that give it greater power of differentiation and efficiency in the use of its productive resources. The PDCA method used in companies of all sizes to improve and optimize the management by continuously controlling the activities in the production process. So all the companies, all the industries, whatever may be the industry, even pharmaceutical, or whatever the industries, that PDCA is used for all, even if it is small company or very large industries also, they wanted to use the PDCA cycle because to improve and optimize the management by continuously controlling the activities and the production process. That way, it is possible to standardize information and reduce error that directly influence the decision making. To this end, the PDCA cycle consists of 4 steps. So I will tell you what are the 4 important steps in the PDCA cycle. First, plan. The stage of analysis and implementation of the plan. Okay, stage of analysis. First stage and implementation of a plan. How to implement the plan. To do so, a problem should be identified and the processes involved and evaluated. You also need to keep in mind the goals and deadlines of each task. So we need to keep that mind. We need to register in our mind the goals and deadlines of each task. The scope of operation needs to be well established, as well as the roles and responsibilities of each person involved. This is the stage 1. Next stage, that is do. Put the plan, implement the plan and strategies. What are the technology, what are the techniques, that are strategies from the previous step, from the plan into the practice. So whatever we have the plan, whatever after the discussion, what we are planning, that should be implemented or practiced in the step. It is important that the execution of the project is in the accordance with what was planned. And that is mainly up to the managers to ensure the fulfillment of any action plan previously established. Next, check the stage in which the progress and results already achieved should be verified. At this stage, it is important to adopt indicators that represent in a more objective and easily understood way the results obtained in each task. This is check. Okay, act, also known as the correction step. Okay, this act or adjust is otherwise called as the correction step. Whatever we are doing, any corrections, any issues, any problems arises, the root cause that is identified and modified, right? So this is known as correction step. It is time to analyze the potential failure and maintenance needs in the project. Suppose we are doing any projects, our projects in industry, any projects that act, the correction step. Here, they need to change this. They need to analyze, they need to identify the potential failures and maintenance, whatever needed the projects. Identifying points for improvement, they have to find out the key points, what are the steps they have to take for the improvement that are identified in the act. Inefficiency and procedural failures and adopting interventions measures in this sense. So here in this step, they have to identify the improvement and inefficiency and procedural failure. If it is any failure in this procedure, that and all they have to identify it and then rectify it. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, I would like to tell you how the PDS cycle is implemented in the companies. The PDCA cycle, it can be implemented in companies of all sizes of the performance of simple or complex projects. Okay, that is very, very important. It can be implemented in companies of all sizes for the performance of simple or complex projects. In addition to providing continuous benefits for its management, is easy to adopt and implement. However, it is indicated that your employees receive training so that everyone is aligned with the PDS cycle and its stages. Okay, so the employees, those who are working in the industries, they have to go for training. They have to, the management, they have to arrange their training for the employees. Then only they will gain more knowledge about the particular subject. I mean, if they are running their own mission, they will get the knowledge if they are attending the conferences, the training, etc., etc. So that everyone is aligned with the PDS cycle and its stages. Here, it is important to highlight the importance of courses and training programs aimed at professional qualification. So, how the PDS cycle is implemented? That is, the benefit, providing continuous benefits for its management, it is adapt and implement. Such resources are excellent tools that managers have at their disposal to disseminate best work practices among team members, increasing potential productivity and reducing the recurrence of error and other inefficient habits. After that, the culture of using this method in all processes must be created, even if some employees show some resistance. To do so, just have a plan, put it to practice by strictly following the 4 steps. What are the 4 steps that we have mentioned? Okay, what are the advantages? In an increasingly competitive market, the quest for excellence must be constant so that your company stands out in the midst of so many others. It is in this process that the PDS cycle becomes so important. In addition to improving the result, the main thing, the main focusing point why we are following the PDCA cycle is that improving the results, the desirable result, it offers other advantages. The main characteristics of the PDCA cycle is continuous improvement. Thus, the implemented projects will be followed and not wither away. By having a check stage, you can correct fault on time before they cause financial losses. So that before going to meet the financial losses, we can rectify, we can find out the fault, what are the problems is there, that has to be identified before they cause the financial losses. Greater efficiency and effectiveness. One of the main benefits of this method is the reliability and greater efficiency in the performance of projects and activities within a company, that allowing for better planning and strategy development and fault detection. Right. One of the key aspects for the success of any enterprise is ability to develop its production in order to make it more and more efficient. That is, to do more with less, increasing performance, reducing cost, optimizing productivity, and expecting gains. All of this can be carried out by applying the and constantly monitoring the PDCA cycle. Okay, how the PD cycle it is used for continuous process improvement. The PDCA cycle, that is plan, do, check and act cycle, it provides the continuous improvement precisely because it works in a cyclical way. Okay, each part of your project or activity, it will go through the same stage several times, right? So that ensure that errors can be corrected and adapted to the needs and the actual situation of the corporation. Now, if clearly we can understand, if you see this slide, you can understand easily. Each part of our projects or any activity that will go through the same stage, okay, several times, number of times it will go to the same stage, right? That what happens, the ensuring that errors, that is the problems arises from the, in the industry can be corrected and adapted to the needs and the actual situation of the corporation. The another benefit of the continuous improvement that is provided by the PDS cycle is the gradual increase of the market's perception of the value of the products and services that is offered by the company. With the improved process, it is possible for the company to aim for and gain in increasing market share, earning the preferences, engagement, and loyalty of its audience. Improve project risk management. When applied in a well-structured manner, how here we can see that how the PDCA cycle it is used to improve the project from the risk. That is, improves project risk management. When applied in a well-structured manner, maintaining the identification, control, and monitoring of all characteristics of the project and each of step, the possible risks are amplified, allowing them to manage in order to reduce negative impacts in the proposed plan. Predicting potential risk situations, it helps in the adoption of protective and preventive measures. So predicting, that is, we have to identify previously, that is predict. We can identify what is the risk we are going to face. Okay, that is predicting potential risk situations helps in the adoption of protective and preventive measures, making everyone involved in the project aware of the care that needs to be taken at each stage. That way, it is possible to foster proactive behaviors in the team of collaborators, visualizing and avoiding unfavorable scenarios before they occur, and not merely reacting to situations that have already manifested. The PDCA cycle adapts easily to any type of company, regardless of its size or field of operations. Industries, retailers, and even service providers can benefit from applying each of these steps described throughout the article. The principles present in the method provide an almost unlimited growth potential as the actions of results analysis and verification of improvement points, it leads the organization to a culture of excellence. Despite the simple adaptability and applicability, managers are able to optimize the time spent in the performance of tasks and projects and yield better results. Here, The multiple iterations of the PDCA cycle and repeated until the problem is solved. That is the main thing. Okay. The PDCA cycle that is repeated until the problem is solved. Here you can see plan, do, check and act. Again, it will go to plan, do, check and act. Then the last in this problem is solved. Okay, plan, do, check and solve. Okay, this is the multiple iterations of the PDCA cycle. The PDCA was made the popular Edward Deming, who is considered by many to be the father of modern quality control. However, he always referred to it as Shiva cycle. Later in Deming's career, he modified PDCA to Plan, Do, Study, Act, PDSA, because he felt that check emphasized inspection over analysis. Okay, so that is what he told that PDSA. The scientific method can be written as hypothesis, experiment, evaluation, as plan, do, check. Walter A. Shriver described manufacture under control, under statistical control, as a three-step process of specification, production, and inspection. He also specifically related this to the scientific method of hypothesis, experiment, and evaluation. Shriver says that the statistician must help to check the demand. Now that I'll tell you, even in the PDCA cycle also, we should know what are the principles of the quality management. That is, they have given that 8 important principles, universal principle in the total quality management: customer focus, leadership, people involvement, process approach, systematic approach, continual improvement, structural approach to decision making, mutually beneficial supplier relationship. Customer focus. We know that the companies depends upon the customer. Okay. Then leadership, that is very, very important while running the industry. That is leadership. People involvement, that is that implies they have to give their full involvement when they are working. The process approach, the systematic approach to management, continual improvement, the decision making, that is also very important. Then the mutually beneficial supplier relations, okay, that is also very, very important in the total quality. Then principles of total quality management, that is management commitment. For that only, management commitment, that is plan, do, check, act. The plan, drive and direct. Do, deploy, support, participate, and share. Act, that is recognize, communicate, and realize. Then employee empowerment is also very, very important. Training, suggestion scheme, measurement and recognition, excellence schemes, then fact-based decision making, that is SPC, statistical process control, then FMEA, statistical tools, then 8D, that is key-oriented problem solving. Then continuous improvement, systematic improvement, focus on excellence teams, cross-function, process management, attain, maintain, improve standards. Many of these concepts are present in modern quality systems, the successor to TQM. Here are the 8 principles of total quality management, what we have discussed. Then customer focused, that is the customer ultimately determines the level of quality, no matter what an organization does to foster quality improvement. Training employees, integrating quality into the design process, upgrading computers or software, or buying new measuring tools. This is total employee involvement. So the all employees participate in working towards common goals. This is TPM, focus on customer, employee involvement, process center, integrated system, strategic and systematic approach, decision making based on fact, communication, continuous improvement. So this is PDCA planning stage, doing stage, and checking stage, acting stage. This is quality control. In this quality control, that is customer. Okay. So the standard efficiency reliability is that should be monitored in the quality control, satisfaction, check, and guarantee. So the PD cycle importance, if you see, provides a simple and effective approach for problem solving and managing changes. It enables business to develop hypotheses about what needs to change and what test this hypothesis in a continuous feedback. The most important step in that is, and there is no process to begin. Checking confirms that you are on target to do what you said you would do. The PDCA cycle, it improves the production, that is, companies of all sizes to improve and optimize the management while continuously controlling activities and the production process. So the PDCA cycle is the purpose that related to the quality management system. PDCA cycle is a dynamic cycle that could be implemented in each process throughout the organization. PDCA cycle is a four-step model carrying out change. It stands for Plan, Do, Study, Act. So conclusion, the PDCA cycle, that is process, it provides a continuous loop of planning, doing, checking, and acting. The iterative process of the PDCA cycle, it enables and promotes a continuous improvement and continuous learning culture. It provides a comprehensive and effective approach for solving problems and managing the changes. So these are all the message about the PDCA cycle. Thank you for watching.